So in this video, we're looking at the general power rule. This is going to be our first application of the chain rule. So what we're looking at here is some function to a power. This is one of the most common types of composite functions. So we're going to use what's called the general power rule, and it's basically a special case of the chain rule because this is a composite function, right? U to the n power. So anytime we have a function to some exponent, for example, 2x plus 3 squared. This is u to the nth power. What we're going to do is we're going to bring the exponent out front. We're going to leave the function alone and decrease the exponent by 1. So what we're doing is, think about this as our outer function is x squared, right? That's the outer portion. The inner portion, g, is 2x plus 3. So we're going to take the derivative of f, x squared, bring the 2 out front, leave the x alone, decrease by 1. So we're going to bring the 2 out front, leave the x alone, decrease by 1. And then we're going to tack on du dx. We're going to take the derivative of g, or whatever the inner function is. All right? So if we do this, we get 2 times 2x plus 3 decreased by 1. We don't have to write it. And then we're going to multiply by whatever the derivative in the parentheses is, so times 2. So we get 4 times 2x plus 3, or 8x plus 12. Now this is one way of writing it. An easier way to write it is just u to the n out front, n minus 1, and then take u prime. This is how we want to start looking at all of our rules in terms of u being a function. Chain rule is going to apply to pretty much everything we do from here on out. So we're going to see a lot of u's and v's and things like that pop up. So let's do a couple of more examples. 3x minus 2x squared to the third power. General power rule, right? Because we've got a function to a function. So we're going to say that f prime is what? We're going to bring the 3 out front, leave the inner function alone, decrease the 3 by 1. Now we have to take the derivative of the inner function. So the derivative of 3x is 3. Derivative of negative 2x squared is negative 4x. And we're done. There's our derivative. Now in this case, there's really nothing to combine because these are just things being multiplied together. You could, in theory, FOIL everything out and get it down to a polynomial. Really not necessary in this case. Generally, the only time you're going to want to do that is if you're adding plus some other weird polynomial, and then you'd need to go ahead and do everything and combine them into one. But as long as you only have that one term, I'm fine with you leaving it like that. If you have any questions about the general power rule, please shoot me a reminder or ask a question in class.